I'm a dude, and I'm inviting you to join me on a podcast about brews.
Does that include stouts?
Yes, of course it includes stouts. Like I was saying, join us every Saturday on the journey into...
Wait a minute. Do you guys do anything about like IPAs?
Yes,
like that?
yes, we do IPAs.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway, join us on the Journey into Comics Network for Brews with Dudes.
Whoa, hey, have you guys ever... Do you care if I bring some Zima on?
Yes, I care if you bring Zima. Zima doesn't count. Zima's... Dr. Dongo. Anyway, join us every Saturday for a podcast that delves into the craft brew world.
The following
is a journey into comics.
Journey into comics.
Journey into comics.
Journey into comics. Network.
production.
What? We're back. Yeah. It all started out as a wrinkle in his brain when Nate hit the Brando got him to pause the game, setting out on a journey podcast into the masses, formed a pod family, kicking audio asses. Now the Walking Dead is dead and the end game was won, but the war it isn't over because the battle's just begun. The boys are back in action, can't you see? Nate and Brando lay it down, the OGs of JIC.
What's up, Tutorinos? Welcome back to the OGs.
What?
Coming at you sort of live due to the power of the Journey into Comics Network.
I love that tag, by the way. I just wanted to say it right now.
Well, it's a throwback to the old sort of live.
Fuck yeah.
Well, because when I was testing doing YouTube videos before I did that podcast, I didn't want to say live because I wasn't live. Coming at you live from my game room. So I just said sort of live.
And it stuck.
And it just kind of stuck. I mean, we did a little podcast on it for a while. But yes, I'm one of your OGs, Brando. He's one of your OGs, Nate.
How's it going, dude?
This is episode 5. I am so fucking tired.
I am also so shocked that you're here in person.
I'm here in person.
It's the first OGs we've done in person.
Yes. Wow. And this is part 2 of Journey into Comics 259.
Yeah, the slaphappy edition.
We're getting there. I powered through that. If you guys listen to that and you heard me pretty much pause and have a brain fart for a second, that's because I'm like trying to figure out where was I going? Like, I had a point at some. It was very, I've been up now for like 24 hours, damn near going on. I went to a concert today, and that's what we're going to be sharing stories about some concerts, because between the two of us, we've had the pleasure of going to some pretty badass concerts. I haven't been to probably nearly as many as you, because I pretty much have a 5-year span where I didn't go to anything, and I also have like a couple-year span where I only went and saw the same band like 3 times. So,
fair point. That was Iced Earth Days, right?
Yeah, but I made a list of every single band I've ever seen live. Some of them may surprise you.
Okay.
But what was your very first concert you ever went to?
Oh, I'm so glad we start here. It's 2000. It's 1999 was a big year for me in music because 1999 was when I really discovered my passion. You're gonna you know this, so you're not really gonna laugh. But for Kiss, and they came out with Psycho Circus.
Yeah,
and there's so many different tracks on that album that I absolutely love, and they stand the test of time. I don't give a fuck. And then after Psycho Circus, it was like their farewell tour. It's over, and I was like, no, what? I didn't get you. I just got started. I just literally got started. I'm a kid. They like got their makeup on. They're like, the OG band is back together. Like, this is a concert goer's dream to see this impossibility of Kiss reunited at this point in time. And I begged my dad for months and months and months and months until he was blue. I was blue in the face. I couldn't stop begging him to see Kiss. His buddy actually had 2 tickets and got sick. And was like, hey, you want to buy these tickets? And my dad was like, fuck yeah, let's go. So we went. We were in Section B at the Assembly Hall. Fucking Paul Stanley fucking came out like from me to the pop wall, which is only a few feet. He flew across the crowd on a fucking like zip line motherfucking thing and landed right in front of me to do the solo for, I think it was Love Gun, dude. it blew my mind. It was actually a 13-year-old me's decision to become a musician is that night the genesis point of a lot of who I am. Mm-hmm. Because I see Gene Simmons go up into the rafters. He does the 10,000 Years bass solo going into God of Thunder, which just fucking melts my brain witnessing him do that with everything. There was so much power for a 13-year-old to witness, honestly.
Yeah.
And, you know, the interesting experience, who I became as a musician on stage was also partially influenced by this night, as much as I probably never admitted it, because the first band was supposed to be Ted Nugent. He canceled. He did not want to be upstaged by Kiss. He felt he should be headlining the show. That was not the agreement.
Okay. Well, look. All right. You said that, you may laugh, but no, I'm not going to laugh for anybody being impressed by a Kiss show, because whether you're into Kiss or not, they put on a damn show.
It's a spectacle.
They're not the best musicians in the entire world by any stretch of the imagination. These dudes are going up there, and it's like going to, like you said, a circus. It is a performance. And you're going to sit there and tell me, I mean, this is 99, 2000, right? This is 2000?
2000, yeah.
You're telling me that Ted Nugent feels like he should be headlining and Kiss should be opening up for him.
Correct.
If what you say is true, that's a whole new level of arrogance.
I mean, go look it up, man. I'm sure there's probably articles from that time. But
the bands that I have seen,
yeah,
there's probably only two that I would say Kiss should open up for.
Damn. I know one of them, Metallica.
No.
Really?
I mean, granted, are they on par as far as like craziness during the show? Yeah. Is Metallica better? Yeah.
Different show altogether, though.
But if you were to say Metallica, Kiss is going to open up for you, they'd probably be like, no.
Yeah, it's like a.
It would be a respect thing.
Absolutely well said, respect thing. So Ted Nugent canceled.
It was like when they opened up for Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't open up. Like, can you imagine seeing Metallica as an opener?
That's amazing.
It's crazy.
It's like,
anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, warm the giblies up.
The Nuge says he's out.
And so they need to replace said Nuge.
Said Nuge. That sounds like some weird, like Middle Eastern. Like, what's your name? My name is Said Nuge.
Dashman Said Nuge. Okay, so anyways.
That sounds like a damn, like, Indian dish that I would see on Headbanger's Kitchen. Have you ever watched Headbanger's Kitchen?
No, what?
He's an Indian dude. He has a metal band.
Okay, amazing.
Okay, and then the channel's dedicated, like, keto recipes.
That's fucking cool. I will look that up.
Like, what's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Headbanger's Kitchen. Horns up and let's get to it. Enough jibber jabber?
Really?
Dude, he is awesome.
I will check this out.
And he always has, like, his dad on. His dad's like an actor, or like over in Bollywood.
Fucking
and
awesome.
He's been in some movies. He has his brother on, his wife on. He's just a really cool cat. And he's into, like, it's funny because, like, it's so funny when we think about our culture and everything, and how, like, you're like, you think of an Indian death metal dude, and you're like, that exists? Yes.
Hell yeah.
You just don't stop for a second to think that other parts of the world aren't westernized, even though they are different. Like, metal has reached that far, and he's over there screaming and growling, metal dude. And then during his cooking videos, he just has, like, tracks that he's made,
awesome.
like instrumental tracks in the background. He's like, now what you gotta get to now, remember, look, you've been asking me, and all I can say is this recipe does have eggs. Sorry, not completely vegan. That's how it's gonna be.
That's awesome.
The dude is awesome. I'm not doing the voice to make fun of him. I'm just trying to emulate him. But you
do good with impressions, so I think people understand.
Oh man, he number one, he cracks me up just with his character, and number two, he just seems like he's a cool dude.
Seems happy-go-lucky.
I don't know. Oh, said Nuge. Said Nuge. I'm like, how did we get here? Like,
the question of the night.
It was like how I got to my concert today. I'm like, I took one wrong turn and it took me 10 minutes to get back to where I was going.
Oh shit! Okay, so
Ted Nuge
We'll get
said
there.
he is done. I'm not going to open
they
up for
need
no
to find another opener, and a form of Skid Row opens
without Sebastian
Bach, the next version, whatever it was. And to go back to how it shaped me, that lead singer said fucking motherfucker every other word on stage. It was insane for 13-year-old me to hear that many fucks come out. Even my dad didn't say that many fucks at that time. Like, he even was like putting them back a little bit, you know? But this guy's just like, fucking this and motherfucker that and fuck yeah, we're having a fucking great time. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. So then, of course, when we were in a band, I thought that fuck was like the God's word. Like, let's fucking make magic because I'm going to say fucking shock people. And spoiler alert, it's not really that good. Doesn't really work that well, I think.
Well, I think part of it is the illusion of a rock star.
Yep.
So when you're sitting there on stage in front of like 15,000 people and you're like, motherfucker! And everyone's like, yeah! You know, when you're 15 years old trying to like play at the local American Legion and you're like, motherfucker! And people are like,
We're offended. That's exactly what happened. We're offended. Why did that 15-year-old kid say that? I didn't know a 15-year-old had the capacity to say that. I look at that now and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, it blows my mind. But anyways, yes, that was my first show. Kiss was amazing. To wrap that up into a pretty little bow, what was your first concert, though?
you're going to be probably surprised by this.
I think actually no.
All right.
But go on.
No. Guess.
It's something like New Kids on the Block or something like. I'm just. You said to guess. That's what's in my.
Wow. Wow.
Vanilla Ice. I don't know.
You know what? No joke.
You douche.
You douche. Like, now, like, if I had an opportunity to take my wife to go see, like, NSYNC, I'd probably do it.
Shit, I want to see Backstreet. Not even gonna lie.
Well, same. But, like, the thing is that, like, anytime that those, like, that she plays those songs, I know every fucking word. Like, not every song, but all the hits. Yeah.
And a couple of the good B-sides, too,
Yeah.
also as
like,
well.
yep, I know them. All right. No, my first show was in 2005.
Okay.
That was my first concert.
Wow, so a little bit later to the game, you were 17, 18 at this time. 18, almost 19?
I think I was 18.
Okay.
Wait, yeah. No, I was 18. It was like in the spring.
Pre-graduation.
It was pre-graduation, I think.
Okay.
So my girlfriend at the time was going to a concert with her dad, and she's like, "Hey, you should go." Little did I know, he didn't want that.
Oh, shit.
You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, dude. JV.
Yeah.
Firecracker JV.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. He made it tough for you, didn't he?
I don't know if tough's the right word.
Unbearable.
Challenging. Now, on one hand, I get it. On the other hand, I don't. Because I got lured into that one. So, that was a good Charlotte concert.
Yeah, see, I knew. Something.
Opening was Reliant K
Okay, interesting.
and Simple Plan.
Okay.
Good Charlotte phoned it in that night.
Uh-oh.
Simple Plan was good.
Yeah, they're very good, talented band.
They covered Snoop Dogg.
What?
Yeah.
Gin and Juice?
No. His hit at the time was Drop It Like It's Hot.
Oh, yeah. Drop
Yeah.
it like it's hot.
Like-
like it's hot.
But anyway, yeah, that was my first show. And what's funny is that the girlfriend's dad kind of like made a big drama deal out of it, and then it wasn't a drama deal.
Okay, how so?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Fair
It
enough.
was just like it was like, hey, he's really mad that you bought a ticket because I bought my own ticket, and like he just assumes that you're going. It's like, you invited me. You said I should go buy a ticket.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah,
I think somebody else went with us, and I can't remember who. Maybe one of her friends.
Okay. I think it was Caitlin Tannehill. Because I feel like they're a picture. Did one of them meet one of those bands that night? Do you remember?
I don't think so. We were sitting up in the seats because it was general admission for the entire place. This was an indie at the do they have a Pepsi arena in Indy?
I have no idea. I don't know many things about Indianapolis other than the Melody Inn and that fucking place we saw Metallica at that one time.
And that was at Bankers Life.
Bankers Life, thank you. Oh, and then the place that the Pacers used to play.
That is Bankers.
No, it used to.
Oh, used to.
It used to be something called Market Square Arena. Yeah, Market Square Arena. I went there. I saw the Pacers Sixers.
Okay, Indiana Farmers Coliseum is an indoor multi-use arena located in the Indiana State Fairgrounds. So this was back then it was called the Pepsi Coliseum.
Okay.
So I was right. I'll be damned. Yeah, no, not exactly. I honestly, did I care to see any of those bands live? No,
Probably not.
No, none of them. But it was surely a fact of trying to spend time with her, which it was supposed to be a dad-daughter thing, and then I decided to invite myself after being invited.
So you were invited without her clearing it with the father.
Pretty much.
And she fucked up the dad-daughter time.
Probably.
Which then got transferred and all that anger got thrust to you.
Well, probably what it was is, I probably would be like, oh, you're going to that? That'd be cool. I think I'd like to go to that. And it probably got out of hand after that. Because she probably didn't want to tell me no. If I had to try and picture it, I bet that's what happened.
Yeah. Just looking back at it retrospectively with different goggles.
Not saying that she messed it up on purpose. It was probably an issue where like, oh yeah, oh crap, I don't want to tell my boyfriend no. And like, I don't want to be mad at me, which I wouldn't have been mad at all.
You would have understood. Andy would have probably been a little bit grateful you didn't have to see fucking Good Charlotte.
Oh my God, dude, they were not good.
No.
I mean, she had fun, and that was really what mattered, right? But I mean, like, I was just like, I'm not a fan of Simple Plan, and I felt it. When you can feel a performance, that's when they're doing good.
You're like, oh shit, I actually can appreciate this music.
Exactly.
Like, fuck, I'll get into it.
Right. Exactly. And it's just a matter of like, it's Good Charlotte. They were the bigger band. They broke big first, and they had a couple of hits, and it was just like, it was just me. I felt like they phoned it in, and it was a little disappointing. My second concert was a lot more memorable.
Time out. Before we go to your next concert, you saw them. You would have had to have seen Simple Plan if this was 2005. You saw them right after they dropped that track, Perfect.
It could have been,
and it was their big to do. Your second concert, though, please do go on. But my second concert's gonna maybe be more shocking. I don't know.
Well, you know what? You went, then I went, then so you go first.
Okay, sure, I can do that. I wasn't trying to Shanghai the spotlight.
No, Shanghai the fuck out of it.
Okay. So it's 2003. A couple years have been passed since I've seen Kiss.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's 2003. I actually have an instrument.
The Warlock bass?
I'm actually in a band. Or at least I'm trying to be with a couple of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we are early in the talkings of that.
Okay, so Halloween hasn't happened yet.
We are literally 11 days before Halloween. That. Actually, it might have been 4 days. I think it might have been the 27th, not the 21st. It's something like that. So myself and John Burt went and saw. Honestly, looking back, it's kind of a power show. Like, holy shit, how I saw these three bands on the same card, but also one is kind of laughable now and everybody makes fun of them. So the lineup was 3 Days Grace, Trapped, and Nickelback on the height of their second album, The Long Road or whatever it was called. Mm-hmm. It was the one right after Silver Side Up.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That concert, like, still to this day, like, I don't even give a fuck if Nickelback is the laughing stock of the rock community. They fucking rock the socks.
Here's the thing. I actually enjoy some Nickelback.
Same.
I actually do. Is it pretty cookie cutter? Yeah. Is it formulaic? Yeah. But so is a lot of things. So are a lot of music. So are a lot of bands. They just they got it down to a formula where they're going to make money.
They do it well.
And I do appreciate how they experiment with different shit. Like, I don't always have to like it, but they did like that one disco type song a couple years back. I mean, you know, they can rock it if they want to, dude, and they totally can.
They cover Metallica, dude. They did Sad But True.
They did Sad But True. They did that song for Dime, Side of a Bullet, with the Dime solo in it. It's like, that's a heavy-ass song for them, and it's like they kill it. It's like, just because they're doing what they want to do, it's like, and not everybody has to dig it. What's funny is that it became like an anti-culture.
Kind of,
you know?
yeah.
It became like...
It's cool to hate them.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. It's like... But then it's like, oh, well, you're just saying you like him because everybody else hates him. Like, no. Like, I actually really dug, you know, like with the Long Road, and then the one after that.
Dark Horse.
Yeah. Wait.
The Dark... It was... I feel like
Well, because you had the second album, and then the third album. The third album had like Photograph and Side of a Bullet and Rockstar. That song I'd ever played.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, I want to be a rock star.
Okay, I'm pulling up their discography now. If this will...
It just cracks me up that like Billy Gibbons is like in that song.
Oh, you know what? You were right. All the Right Reasons.
Long Road and All the Right Reasons.
Yeah, then Dark Horse was after that.
Mm.
Yeah.
I didn't care for Dark Horse as much.
And it had that one song that was really good. I can't remember what it's called now.
It was the Monday Night Raw theme song. Burn It to the Ground.
Burn It to the Ground, yeah. And also Gotta Be Somebody was good too. But yeah, so I saw Nickelback. That was a thing. That was a real thing. What about you, second concert? No memorable story about that Nickelback concert, by the way. Just saw them. Right. I mean, I met 3 Days Grace when they were on their very first tour. They just released I Hate Everything About You. So
you met them?
Yeah, and they signed my ticket.
Well, that's cool.
I still have it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So mine was Mayday 06.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Mayday, they had this was like a concert they used to do down at Deer Creek, Verizon Wireless, Eclipse Music Center, Ruoff Home Mortgage.
Whatever it's called.
Whatever it's called now. Down there in Noblesville. And the lineup was 10 Years.
Sweet as fuck.
Hurt.
I don't think I've ever heard of them.
Maybe if you heard like...
a song I would be...
Flyleaf.
Fuck course,
yes. This is 08, so it's like right after...
Height of Flyleaf. Fuck yes.
3 Days Grace.
Fucking shit,
so
yes.
That's right after. That was right after Animal.
1X.
1X, yeah, and then Stained, and that was Chapter 5 era.
Okay, I have not seen Stained.
Holy shit, they're good.
I bet
they are good.
Even if Aaron Lewis is getting pissed and throwing shit at people and walking off stage for talking during his set.
You know what? We all have bad moments, man. I'm not gonna judge him for one thing because look, Axl Rose still gets to go out there and people are like, "Yay, Guns N' Roses are back!" It's like he was a dick.
But he was a dick.
Yeah, and I've heard he's chilled out. I'm not sure if he's smoking the reefer or what he's doing, but I've heard that like he's a lot easier to get along with now.
It looks like what's his name?
Oh shit,
Benny Hill. He does, dude.
All right, so I have a couple stories about this one. This was the first show that I went to down there. It was me and my wife and Rob. We went down there, and I want to say there might have been another band there. Evans Blue. Have you heard of them?
Yeah, I have heard of Evans Blue. They're all right.
I think they might have been there, but.
And in 08, they would have been rookies, like fresh.
This 06.
Oh, 06. Sorry, I misheard.
So we were down there, and I remember distinctly like taking a selfie back before it was called selfies.
Yeah.
With me and my wife. We were in the pavilion, and then took the picture, and then there's some dude behind us without a shirt on, and his nipple is like right next to us. And then, all right, so like where we were sitting, right in front of us, there was this little like. They have these little sections where they have it kind of like roped off, or where people can go like, this is your designated area to party.
Okay.
And it's like right in front of us. And there were these guys that were there. They were drinking. They literally dropped some dime on some booze.
Nice.
And there were these girls, and they were wanting to get some more liquor. These girls had no idea who these guys were. These guys had no idea who they were. And this girl was like, do apologize for any woman out there who's listening to this, but she was inebriated already.
Sure.
She didn't need any more. But she wanted some more. She's like, hey, could you guys possibly get us some more booze? And the guy's like, well, that depends. What are you going to do for us? She goes, I can sing. Go ahead. In the most drunken rendition of, I'm a crazy bitch, but I fuck so good I'm on top of it. I'm a crazy bitch, crazy. It just looped and looped. And we were sitting there like, oh my God, make it stop. Oh no. And then, the girls started partying with them, and it was like, well, this is not a very enjoyable part of the evening. But Stain made up for it. Stain was completely and utterly badass and had a really special moment that night.
Cool.
Aaron Lewis's guitar tech got on stage with a guitar.
Okay.
He used to be Dimebag's guitar tech.
Oh, fucking A.
And they covered This Love.
Oh my God, that's awesome as fuck.
Yeah.
That's radical as shit.
Yeah, it was like that whole place came alive. That was the loudest pop of the night.
Shit, dude.
For sure. Like, I've been there for a couple more shows, right? And I've heard it get loud. I don't think I've quite heard it that loud.
Yeah.
Like, because they were digging the music that day. You heard some singing along. For largely some of more Stain's bigger hits. But then when they did that, that place it woke everybody up.
Fuck yeah.
That was a special night.
A well-timed cover will do that at a show.
Well, this was just 2 years removed.
Yeah.
So it was still pretty. A lot of people were playing tributes live. Because do you remember did you ever see the Gigantour DVD?
I think so. That was like the first Gigantour with like Lamb of God and stuff was on that tour.
I don't think Lamb of God was on the first one. It was Dream Theater.
Dream Theater, yeah.
And then Dream Theater dropped out. Like they had to leave right before it was over, and Anthrax came in to fill in.
Yeah.
But on the DVD, you had like performances from like each, and I think they had like a bonus disc. And on the bonus disc, they had Dream Theater did a cover of Cemetery Gates.
Holy shit!
And they brought out guest vocals, and they brought out Dave Mustaine did a solo for it.
Fucking
and
radical.
It was pretty cool. I remember like Mike Portnoy before he left Dream Theater to try and join another band. Hey man, yeah, it's like I want to rock with the young kids.
They're like, we just needed you kind of for a minute.
I'm gonna go back to my band. We already hired a dude.
Oh, fuck, I'll start a new band. Okay,
fuck, I'll start a new band. Okay, fuck, I'll start. He just keeps doing it over and over again. It's like by the time you get used to it, he's already got another band.
Man.
But no, Mike Portnoy played a prank on Megadeth's drummer at the time. I think his name was Glenn Drover.
Mm-hmm.
Or Sean Drover.
Sean Drover.
Glenn was a guitar player, his brother.
Yep.
He put baby powder on his snare. He's like, it's like, and then it was like, I don't remember what like da da dang da dang da dang da dang da dang, you know, like right up in his face, and of course he can't stop. It's funny because you see, like he almost thought he got caught because his hair hit it, and he like whipped it up, and it whipped up, and he didn't see it, and he's like, he does the run on the toms. He's like, he goes like, motherfuckers.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Oh man, no, yeah, that shit's cool. But after that, I think you were there for the next concert I went to.
I was.
Yeah, we went together.
Which concert was that?
The one in No. I had one before that.
I also had 2 shows before that, actually. 2 shows in a really small amount of time. So I'll be really brief about them. So 2006, I saw Trivium right after they released the Crusade. Yep.
Hell yeah.
And it was really a wild card because it was what is it? Sanctity? Yeah. Protest the Hero, The Sword,
Oh, I remember
and
them.
Trivium. So Sanctity was amazing. Their lead guitar player, Jared McEachern, I can't remember how his name, is the bass player for Machine Head now.
Okay.
The bass player who we met way back when.
Yeah.
So I got to see his band like open up for Trivium. Protest the Hero bored me to tears. The Sword was great musically, but they were so not performers, it hurt. Literally, the lead singer looked down the entire show and did not make eye contact with anyone.
That sucks.
And it was just like, hey guys, we're the Sword. Or, Freya. Yeah, I remember. Anyways, so Trivium was awesome. It was the craziest shit ever. I saw a guy get dropped on the fucking back of his head. I thought he died, and then I talked to him after the concert, and he was totally okay. So they were playing Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr, which was their closing song for the night. This guy goes up to the crowd surf, and they crowd surfed him the wrong direction. He didn't go towards the stage. He went away from people, and then there just wasn't people. So he literally got dropped on the back of his fucking neck and head, dude. I thought he died. I swear to God, it was so brutal. And he pops up, and he just gets right back into it, and is just going. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And I talked to him after, and he was like, yeah, I mean, it kind of hurt, but there was so much energy, I didn't even fucking care. It was fine. And that show really like stuck with me. A month later, in the same place you and I end up going, the Pearl Room in Mokina, I saw the Misfits.
Yeah.
Jerry Fitz, really, the Jerry only version of the Misfits without anybody else singing. He was lead singing at the time. Also saw Osaku Popstar and the American Legends of Punk, which was awesome during that time. Juicehead played, Orange played, the UK Subs played, the Addicts played. It was like a fucking action-packed punk night that really, again, without me knowing at the time, I look back at like fucking 19-year-old me, and that's like pumping me with who I'm going to become, and I don't even realize it. The energy of that room, feeling those songs, even though the Misfits at that time did not do what I've now seen the Misfits do, and we'll obviously be getting to that at some point, like, it was still like mind-blowing. And then I don't think, 2007, I think I went to like 2 shows, both festivals. I did, what do you call it? Fuck. It's that pop punk festival they have every year.
Oh, shit.
Warped Tour.
Warped Tour, yeah.
Vans Warped Tour.
Yeah. See, I was thinking shoes. I'm like, there's something to do with shoes.
Something to do with shoes.
But it's Vans, and it's like, and like that could also be like something automobiles.
Something or shoes.
Like, can you imagine, like, Vans Warped Tour? Like, really? Vans like the shoes? No. Like in VW. Like
VW Vans. No, just a guy named Van.
It's just Warped Tour.
It's his tour. It's
I
Warped.
used to work with a guy named Van.
That's interesting.
He was like our sealer dad.
That's weird.
I mean,
He was like an old dude.
Not really. He was just had his shit together.
Okay, I'm into that.
He was a little bit older than the rest of us at the time. Yeah,
He just lifed more.
he did.
Okay.
He
So
was more mature.
the Warped Tour, the only reason I went, I took my little sister, but the only reason I went was to see Killswitch and Coheed.
Sure.
Fucking amazing. Played the same stage. Interestingly enough, Killswitch got introduced that night by a young, of course it was 2007, CM Punk. He was in Chicago. He introduced and like, ladies and gentlemen, you know, blah, blah, it's CM Punk. And this is Killswitch Engage. And they went right into the fucking When Darkness Falls or whatever, which was awesome. And they fucking killed that show. It was so good. And then same place, a couple months later, like 2 months to the day later, we went and saw Ozfest. And I have a story about that. But do we want to talk about the other concert first? I don't want to like leave you on the cold here.
Well,
Like, I'm
okay,
kinda
because
going.
I actually have one before that.
Sure, bring
And
it
was
bring
in
it
the,
on.
it was in the pool room, and it was the Symphony X. on the Paradise Lost tour.
Yes.
And opening for them, we had like a local act that nobody knew, and then there was Epica. Have you ever heard of Epica?
Yes.
Power metal. I can't remember the name of the female singer, but the female singer wasn't there.
Really?
Yeah, it was her understudy.
Uh-oh. Wasn't as good.
No, she was good.
Oh, okay.
No, she was really good.
Sorry.
It just maybe not as good. It's
Wasn't
just one of
the
those
same
things.
experience.
Well, and it was just like, oh, cool. Wait, huh? Okay, that's not her.
I'm pretty sure I know another band that was there.
Into Eternity. Yeah. First time ever hearing of them. They start playing. What is this? Not what I'm here for. I'm here for the goddamn Odyssey. I'm not here for this shit.
Totally.
And, well, this place, both times that I went, had PA problems. Where the PA just dies. And, of course, basically half the sound is dead. You know, you can still hear the amps, you can still hear the drums. You hear no vocals.
Shit.
And it's like the first couple of songs, and it's just like, I'm not feeling this band at all. I just want to see Symphony X.
Give me Paradise Lost, motherfuckers.
That's why I'm here. It's just like, I don't care. I want to hear the Odyssey.
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, they're sorry about all that there. Symphony X has just told us they're going to let us play a couple more songs to make up for it. I'm like, no! You motherfuckers robbed us of the Odyssey. No, they didn't. Symphony X wasn't playing the Odyssey on that tour. They're playing it now on this tour.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if they're going to play the States. They played Europe. They're playing South America. I'm like, are they coming here? I want to see the Odyssey. Oh, shit. Anyway, the next song that they played was a song called Pain Through Breathing. And it blew me away. And they had my attention.
You're like, oh, okay.
I was like, all right, this isn't like what I thought it was. This is different. Because all I was hearing before was just growl vocals. Growl vocals don't bother me anymore now, but I can't do that all the time.
Hard to get introduced to a band when that's all they do.
Yeah, like it's difficult. Like going back and listening to very old Kill Switch. It's like first thing you hear is just like the growling with some singing, and it's early on, so it's not even like what the band would become. Really, you know,
Totally.
Dare I say good? It's like the early stuff is, man. It's like, well, with any band, it's sometimes challenging. But then he hits fucking air raid siren.
Yeah.
And drops it down into a growl. I'm like, and I'm looking around I'm like, is anybody else hearing this shit?
Did anybody else catch what he just did?
He did a fucking air raid siren. And then from all the way up here, wah, drops that right down. I'm like, what the? I've never heard that before.
His name is Stu Block.
It is, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, and from then on, like, I went and, like, the next day looked them up on YouTube or whatever and was like, who are you? Let me hear more. And it's funny because one of the first things I found was a video of him giving a little, like this little coaching video of, like, showing how he does air raid siren.
Really?
Yeah. And it was like, that's cool. It's the part that got me.
Like, oh shit. Got to peek behind the curtains for a second.
But then I got to see Symphony X live, and you know, they were one of my favorite bands back then. I'm not saying that they're not now, but I just haven't been listening to them. I haven't been in that mode for a couple of years. But that album really meant a lot, and I was really upset that I didn't go get to see them on that tour. And then they announced another leg, the same venue that they'd played in that previous July. So I'm like, I'm going. You know, April of 2008, I'm going. And I'll be damned if not just a few weeks after I bought those tickets did my other favorite band announced their first show back with their old lead singer in this same venue.
Yeah.
It's quite literally like, it was like, Poor Room. 2 weeks later, Pearl Room.
Well, at least I know where I'm going.
Well, yeah, the first one will be on a Sunday, so we can take our time. Because the next one is going to be on a Friday. We're going to have to speed 90 mile per hour on the interstate.
So before we get into that real quick, I need to tell you the Free Fest Ozfest story.
Was that yeah, I remember the Free Ozfest.
Okay, because you bought the whatever Black Rain or whatever the album was, and you got free tickets. It was 2 free tickets if you put all the stuff in online. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll do it. So I took my sister up there. Again, opportunity to bond with her.
Mm-hmm.
We pull in to the place we were just a few weeks previous. This day, my dad...
Where were we at?
Tinley Park Tweeter Center.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. Fucking First Midwest Amphitheater, I think is what it's called now. But going up to this concert, my dad's like, hey, listen, I'm going to do something different this time. And he gave me his spare key for the Thunderbird. Okay. This is a 2-part story because I just remembered the other part that's really interesting about what happened. We pull into the parking space that we're parked at. We're excited. We get out. We shut the doors, and the car is locked, and the car is still running. And we are in Chicago, and there's no other way for my dad to get to us. And I'm like freaking the fuck out. And then I remember, oh shit, he gave me that spare key. It's like he knew this moment was coming. Got in the car, turned the car off. I'm not ever going to tell him that fucking happened.
Have you ever told him?
Yeah, he knew as soon as we got home because I was so spooked by the fact that it had happened. I was like, we almost had a really bad time. And he was like, well, you are fucking lucky, aren't you? I was like, yes, I am. Which I was actually not very lucky because we were hanging out. We saw a lot of side stage bands or whatever that were playing at the Free Fest. But then the main stage opens up and it was like Lordy, which I wanted to see. Lamb of God played. Black Tide, right?
Remember...
they played because they got kicked off the Jägermeister stage.
Because they were too young. They were like 18, 19. And then they got kicked off, and then Sharon put them on the main stage.
They blew my mind because they closed their set with Hit the Lights. And it was like, oh, these kids can fucking play. Mm-hmm. I'm a fan. So it was them, and then Lordy, and then I'm pretty sure it was Lamb of God, and then Ozzy. But during Lamb of God, we had upgraded our lawn tickets to seats because you got free tickets for Ozfest, Free Fest. It was lawn, and then when you got there, they were like, "Hey, for $20 a ticket, you can get up and have seats." And we're like, "Fucking shit, yeah, we'll take seats." So we're sitting there, and everything's cool. Now, mind you, we are low level near the stage, and the only thing that's above us is like 70 feet away. The press boxes where like rich people can sit and shit. We're sitting there watching Lamb of God play for 2.5 hours, entirely too long. And in the middle of their set, all of a sudden I feel a smack on my back really hard. And I'm like, who just smacked me? And I go to reach back and I feel gooey. And I realize that someone from way up there has just puked on me.
Oh, no.
So my sister is just like blown away that it didn't happen to her. My new shirt that I had just bought that day is ruined, and she can see the defeat in my eyes. And she had bought a second shirt, another Ozfest shirt. She just goes, "Here, bro, wear this," and gave me her fucking Ozfest shirt to wear for the rest of the show, so I didn't have to have puke on my fucking back, dude. It was so gross. Oh, and then a guy tried to fucking fight somebody and ran off, and I tripped him, and security caught him right by me. It was awesome because he was running away from everybody. That was my Ozfest story. But then back to our other thing that we did. I remember the day that news broke.
We were on the phone.
We were on the phone, yeah, when it happened. We were talking. And were you online or something at that time?
Yeah, this was like in December of 2007. And periodically I would just check websites. I would get bored and just like, what's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on over here?
That's how you used to do it.
I mean, now anymore, I have like the same 4 websites I go to, and I don't do that anymore. I'm like, what's going on here? Okay, what's going on over here? All right, let's check that first one again.
YouTube.
But no, I just happened to check the icedirt.com, and they had posted that day that Matt was coming back, and I'm like, and they announced like his first show. I'm like,
It's in Chicago.
oh my god, I'm going. Yawn attack.
It happens.
So initially, I had invited Tony because I felt it was only right. I'm like,
He had got you into the band.
He got me into the band. I'm like, hey, bring your girl, and like I'll buy us the tickets, and you just pay me for the tickets. It'd be perfect. So I bought 4 tickets to go, and knowing that if I had only bought 2 tickets, I could have gotten VIP passes.
Shit.
But I wanted to, hey, let's go do something. Well, he backed out because it was his girl's birthday. For which I was like, well, cool. Like, she gets to go to a concert on her birthday.
That's a win.
And he's like, she kind of wants to spend time together. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, he later on went to regret that. He wishes he would have went. But so then I'm like, I got 2 tickets. I'm like, Rob, do you want to go? He goes, no, I can't call off work. Actually, he could have, but he didn't want to. And he's like, I'm not really that interested in seeing him. He's not very much of a live show guy. But so I'm like, well, shit. I'll see what Nate's up to. He'll remember about this. It's short notice, but maybe. So yeah, you were all on board, and I'm like, dude, don't even worry about paying me. Tony said he'd still pay me for the tickets.
I was like, okay, how can I say fucking no?
I just put $20. Actually, this is actually this is 2008. So thankfully it wasn't 2007, because that $20 in gas wouldn't have got us shit.
Not in 2007, it wouldn't.
No, but 2008.
You got 4 gallons. Good job.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh fuck, it's gonna get me to nowhere.
Yeah, wow. We would have burned that up at like a quarter of the mile up there with how fast she was going.
I was gonna say, bro, Caitlin drove so fast to and from this concert. The to the concert wasn't nearly as bad as the from the concert, and I think the to the concert wasn't nearly as bad because you had control of the radio, so we were listening to decent music.
Well, here's the thing: she was going faster on the way there.
I really don't remember.
Okay, so here's what happened. We were waiting on you and Sarah to get to our apartment.
Yep.
Okay, you guys are running a little behind, and that made the actual departure time. We had to get there at a certain time. Tightened up. Also, I found out that my mom and dad split up on the same day.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a. God damn it! You're really trying to ruin my day, aren't you?
Jesus,
not gonna happen.
Not today, Satan.
I'll deal with this tomorrow. I'm gonna compartmentalize this pain.
I thought you were gonna say a carpe diem that bitch.
Carpe diem. Carpe diem, baby.
Ooh, Metallica.
Anyway, you guys get there, and we were like, we need to get there. Actually, we could have taken our sweet ass time, missed most of the opening bands, and been more than okay.
Oh my god,
because these bands fucking sucked.
They were awful. And I specifically remember one band who I know isn't a band anymore. That's why I'm going to call them out for not being a band anymore. But they were called Arise and Ruin. And I went on their message board page or whatever. And I said, you arose to the show and ruined the whole fucking night with your terrible music.
Did you actually write them?
Yeah, I was so pissed off at how bad it was. Like, how could...
Were they the first band or the fourth band?
They were like fourth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you had the first band and the dude looked like Mason.
Yes. Oh my god, dude. I still have that brochure somewhere.
Yeah. He was like our old drummer, and the dude was like, he was the vocalist. He's like, and he's like doing some sort of monkey thing.
It was very bizarre.
And then he and it's funny, at Symphony X there wasn't a barrier. We were right up on the stage. Literally, there was only one person away from me and the band.
Damn.
Like I fucking bumped knuckles with Russell Allen. I'm like, fuck!
That's fucking amazing.
The dude right to my left sang Paradise Lost with Russell Allen.
That's fucking amazing.
He was singing, and Russell's like, "You got a great voice, dude," and he gave him the microphone. And it's at the end of the song where the chorus kind of keeps repeating.
Oh yeah, totally.
So then he let him sing him one of them, and then he sang it a few more times, and we all crescendoed and ended. Anyway, no, this dude, there was a barrier now, so there was like a little bit of a separation between the stage and the people. So the dude was like trying to get really up close to the end of the stage, and he's like trying to like hit people, and then he went to go step back and tripped over the floor monitor and fell backwards. His feet went right up in the air, and he's like, "Yeah!"
Didn't even care.
Oh, dude,
Took that shit.
we were
stride.
fucking dying. And then the next band is actually a native Chicago band.
Oh,
Iron Vein.
yeah.
And they got a new lead singer, and they were debuting him at this concert.
Who is it?
I don't know,
Oh,
but I do remember what he said and what he did.
okay.
Do you not remember this?
No, because it did not stick.
He
with
looked
me.
like a mix. Maybe not. Maybe mix is the wrong word. It's like if Billy Idol did a lot of crack.
It's not a mix. It's just a crackhead Billy Idol.
Well, and also mixed some of his mannerisms with like Freddie Mercury, but not like the good part of Freddie Mercury.
Oh no!
Like Freddie Mercury's a great showman and a great singer. This guy was not.
This guy was not.
But Freddie Mercury kind of has that more like when he's playing, like watch the video for like Another One Bites the Dust, and he's kind of like prancing a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
Getting his little femme side on a little bit. This guy did that, but in a bad way.
Uh-oh.
Like he was doing this, like this, and he was going. There's no other way to do this. You're
Sure.
fucking gyrating, and then like people like when the band starts first without the singer on the stage, right? People are like, "Fuck yeah, yeah, some real classic metal."
And then he came out.
He
And
started
everybody was
prancing
like,
that, what? And then
he wasn't wearing shoes.
no, later band.
That later band. That is later band shit.
Okay,
My bad.
so this thing got confused. I mean, this was packed. So that building was about as packed as this building was tonight. That like they'll talk about, because like even when we saw Iced Earth here and like at that place here in Chicago, it wasn't that packed.
It wasn't.
Like there was a lot of people there, but it wasn't like to the brim packed. This was packed. Matt Barlow's first show, packed. In fact, I read online on a message board. That's funny that you wrote that band on a message board, and I found this information on a message board that the Pearl Room violated fire code that night.
Message board in a bottle. Really?
Yeah.
The night we were there, we
Yeah.
could have died.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
I don't know if that led to them shutting down, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Damn.
Apparently, they let like a lot more people in than what they should have. A lot.
Oh no.
Like
Hundreds of people more. Not like 5 more people, but like more than 20.
I read that there were 4,000 people in that room
Holy shit.
because we were in the balcony.
It was packed in the balcony.
It was back to the balcony, and that floor was shoulder to shoulder,
Front to back.
front to back. And there all together were like 4,000 people, and that venue only was capacity.
Didn't we have a sing along? Like didn't they play like Master of Puppets?
They played a
and
lot of like they played Dio, Rainbow in the Dark.
Rainbow in the Dark.
They
yeah.
played Cowboys from Hell.
Uh,
And see, that's where like we got the joke that like the music they played during the teardown got a bigger reaction than some of these bands.
Yes.
Because this dude, that lead singer of Iron Vein, the first thing he said to the crowd, "I apologize for my language."
Bring it on.
Because this is a white dude saying this. He says, "What's up, my ninjas?" And I did bleep myself because I don't think it's right to say that.
Fair point. Fair point. I appreciate you.
We don't filter ourselves, but I think that word does need to be filtered. He said it, and that crowd went, You heard the crowd just sort of like, oh. And then, no, he shit the bed that night.
Boner killer.
He tried to win the crowd back, and no, they didn't care.
The ion vein of his boner killed it.
Well,
you know?
So then the third band, I can't remember the name of the band, but they were kind of like the progressive metal band from like Michigan or Wisconsin.
Yeah.
They weren't bad. Epicurean.
Yes.
Yeah, wow.
How did you remember
I don't know. But no, they weren't bad. They were just sort of like, after the first two, you were like,
get to the good stuff, fuck.
well, people were, yeah, because then the fourth band, the dude that wasn't wearing shoes, like just,
Rise and Ruin.
he was like that was literally the most depressed I've ever been at any show.
Depressed.
I was depressed.
Holy shit.
Because okay, like I couldn't tell one song from another.
Oh yeah, it just runs. It bleeds through.
Well, it was like down-tuned guitars growling, but it all sounded the same. And it was like, and then people started heckling, like, "Ice fucking Earth, Barlow."
Oh yeah.
Like, and then some guy's like, "Get off the stage!" And the good dude goes, "Fuck you!" And the whole crowd's like, "Fuck!" like he goes, "You guys gotta put up with us for another, 10 minutes."
No, you have to put up with us for another 10 minutes, fucker.
Man,
You're trapped in there with us, not the other way around.
It was bad. I actually kind of felt bad for the guys. Like, you don't do that.
Weren't we down for most of the bands and then we went up? Or were we up for the whole thing?
We were up for the whole thing.
Oh, that's right, because I had previously mentioned how when I went and saw Misfits there, the barricade that you didn't have for Symphony X that was there for the Misfits collapsed on people. And that was fucking terrifying to watch. I mean, people were pushing so hard against the barricade, it tipped over and people fell straight down on their faces.
Nope. So we went right upstairs.
Straight upstairs.
Yeah, and in fact, there's only one show that we've ever been to. Okay, so she went to the Symphony X show, and she was like, we were squished up front, right next, and she was right behind this dude with really curly pubic hair.
Jesus.
On his head. Like, let me
clarify.
For the, for the podcast audience, really sweaty. He was headbanging, swinging sweat right into her face, and she's like, "I am not sitting down there with these motherfuckers." So I've only got her to be on the floor one other time, and she was doing. She got a press pass to do pictures, so she was able to go in front of the barricade at the House of Blues.
Fuck yeah.
And then we were kind of off to the side. But any other time, it's like if there's a balcony, that's where she wants to be, and that's where I was for this one today. But no, we got to see. I remember the merch table was so busy and packed. I stood in line for so long. You walked right up and cut in front of everybody and bought a shirt.
I had no idea there was a line.
He's like, "Hey, I want this." Well, I mean, she helped you, so
yeah. Fair enough. I still have that shirt.
I'm back here going, "What the fuck?" You're like, "I just walked up there and got one."
Yeah, because I think I got a Framing Armageddon shirt. Yeah, I still have that to this day.
I got the Summer Slaughter shirt, which is faded and like worn. I saw two guys at the show tonight wearing one of those.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You were like, hell yeah.
I was walking today, and I'm like trying to cross the street, and I hear, "Demon Wizards!" Look behind me, and someone's like, "Yeah!" I'm like,
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I love that culture.
Ironically, one of the guys that was it was two guys, and one of the guys was wearing. Yeah, he was talking about how like I don't know if he's bragging or what, but he's talking about the bass. I can hear the bass. There's just something about it in the live setting. I can hear everything that the bass is doing. He's wearing an Injustice for All t-shirt. I'm like,
the irony is lost on him. Holy shit!
I'm like, wow.
Have you heard somebody actually remastered Justice with bass?
Yeah, and Justice like and Jason for All or something like that.
Yeah,
Justice for Jason. Yeah, I've heard it. It sounds weird.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds so weird.
The same.
Anyway, so we got to see Eister. We got to see Matt's first show back. Again, we had the same issue with the PA.
So powerful though, dude.
Oh no, that night brought goosebumps. Because they started with Dark Saga, and he's not even on stage yet.
The deal was rigged. Whoa, fucking goosebumps across my arm hairs.
Mm-hmm. That's the only time I've ever heard them sing Dark Sock live.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually, well...
Normally, from that album, they're doing, I've heard The Hunter.
I Died For You.
I Died For You. And
Vengeance
I've
Is
heard
Mine.
Violate.
Yep.
But, yeah, no. Dark Saga, that's the only time I ever heard it live. Was that one. And that was didn't we go out to eat afterwards?
Denny's. Because it's right there.
Yeah.
Because then there's also the White Castle that Tony shit in.
You back up and tell a story. I forgot about that.
Okay, so...
Oh,
You like how it just dropped?
that's about as funny as mine. Like, do you think Ant-Man just drove across the country? Like, how did he get over there so fast? Well, there's less traffic. Well, no shit. They got fucking blipped away.
Oh, shit. Okay, so, for whatever reason, Tony and I had decided... We brought an entourage of 2 other people, which was a mistake. And that's a story for maybe another podcast. We'll see. I don't know. Anyways. So we decided we were going to get to the Pearl Room in Mokina at like 9 a.m. The show, by the way, is at 7 p.m.
Why were you there that early?
Fuck it. We want to be first in line. How cool would it be first in line in the Misfits?
I mean, if you got no other responsibilities, go for it.
At that time, we did not. Tony had recently acquired about $25,000, if you'll remember.
Oh, yeah.
So
I remember that era.
Okay. So money was frivolous, and Tony was spending it. So he drove us. We go up to Mokina's Pearl Room. We park the Blue Baron. We go and we stand in line. And it's just the 4 of us for like 4 hours probably. And then there's a couple people. And there's like maybe 2 or 3 other people behind us. And Tony's like, Nate, hey, I got shit. And I was just like, oh man.
So a matter of fact, this is like
Pressing, dude.
I got a shit.
It was pressing issue, okay, in his life. I think he was looking to me to help solve the problem of where he was going to shit, because we couldn't go in yet. The place wasn't open. So we're just standing in line. There are people behind us, and I'm like, dude, you're going to have to go to that White Castle that's across the parking lot. So he, turtle head probably poking out, waddles his ass across the parking lot, which is probably an adventure in and of itself. He's gone for like 20 minutes, as, a typical shit would probably take, and he comes back. As he's coming back, this fucking silver, I don't know, Lincoln Continental slow rolls Tony. I mean, Tony's walking, dirt. This guy's behind him, dirt, slowly pulling up. He pulls up right alongside him. He stops. Window comes down. He's like, hey, man, what are you guys doing? Tony's like, well, here's the fucking Misfits, dude. We're fucking watching the fucking Misfits. I'm going to go get back in line now. And it hits him as soon as he's done talking who the fuck he is speaking to. The window is rolling up. And I see Tony's face from like 50 yards go, and it's Jerry Only of the Misfits, who had just asked Tony what the fuck we were doing there, and Tony just gave him this smart-ass kind of dickheadish response instead of paying attention to who the fuck he was talking to, but he was just like, post-shit bliss. So he brushes him off.
Post-shit bliss. Feeling pretty good about himself. Had a little bit of a strut.
He did have the strut. So anyways, we got to hear the Misfits sound check their first 2 songs. And then silence, and then they eventually let people in, and we were up against the barricade for the majority of the night, up and until Osaka Popstar played some Ramon songs. That's when the barricade collapsed, because Marky Ramone was drumming at that time for Osaka Popstar.
Okay.
So they did Beat on the Brat, and KKK Took My Baby Away. And literally, I was holding onto the guardrail, and then it was... out of my hands, and I'm watching people that were to the left and right of me on their fucking faces with people just cramming on top of him. And I was like, this is not O-fucking-K. We're going. And I just, like, grabbed Tony and the people we were with, and we found our way out of that insanity and went up to the balcony that you and I found ourselves at, same location and everything, where we got to see the remaining parts of the show. Tony threw his hat down on stage during the Misfits set. They put it on their skull on the fucking microphone for the whole show, and then the show was over, and I was like, Dez, that's my dude's hat. Can you throw it back to us? And he fucking did, dude. He threw it back to us. You know, it was awesome. And then afterwards, we went down, and Jerry was, like, in the crowd just meeting everybody, and we took pictures. And I zoomed in and took a good picture of Tony. And I handed him the camera, and he didn't think to zoom out. So it's this super awkward close-up of me and Jerry only, like... I'll need to find that sometime. It's super funny to look at. I forgot all about that. But yeah, so that's the Tony shitting story. We also ate at Denny's that night too. Oh man, so fast track this a little bit because I've seen a lot of like, I don't want to say mediocre concerts. I've just seen a lot of festival concerts that, like, I've seen Avenged twice because of festival shows. I've seen Disturbed 3 times because of festival shows. Yeah. You know, stuff like that. There aren't really, like, heavily memorable stories peppered in there for me, but, like, what are some of your most memorable moments, like, all time? Maybe not even necessarily that something crazy happened.
Okay, so you and I went and saw Iced Earth for Matt's first show back.
Bitch in the kitchen.
I went 2 years later to House of Blues with Kate to see them again. That was the second to last show with Matt.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because he left again. So flash forward to the Dystopia tour. And this is over in Columbus, Ohio, and it's a dual headline tour with
We're at in Columbus. Do you remember the venue by chance?
I used to. You know what's funny? On my old phone, I actually had pictures of us inside the place. Yeah.
Not important to the story. Continue.
I just remember there being like a napkin dispenser. It's like, wipe yourself up before you go home to your man.
Oh my god.
Like, holy shit.
That's pretty brave.
So this is a dual headline tour. The Warbringer opened up. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Didn't they win some sort of like contest? What was that band? You liked that band a lot.
Oh no, that was War Machine.
War Machine, yeah.
War Machine was kind of like this old school metal band, and Megadeth's like, hey, vote on the band that we're going to take on a tour, and War Machine won the vote, but then they ended up taking Job for a Cowboy.
Because some popular bullshit.
Well, because you're like, oh, yeah, well, we're taking them. We never said that we would take the winner. Yes, you did. That was the whole point. Anyway.
Fucked up.
So, Warbringer was like this little thrash band, and, like, they were pretty cool. That was the second time that I did the VIP meet and greet. That was the first time I got to meet Stu. That was the first time I got to talk to Troy Seeley. He was the lead guitar player at the time. Got to find out he was from Delphi.
Your neck of the woods?
Yeah. Like, we told him we were from, like, just north of Indy in Frankfurt. And he was like, no shit, I'm from Delphi. And we're like, what? And then I would end up working with someone who went to high school, or someone whose dad went to high school with him. And Blaine's dad went to high school with Troy Seeley.
That's awesome.
And then Troy Seeley used to teach at McGuire Music.
Joe's dad's place.
Yeah.
That's a small-ass world, bro.
Yeah. It's crazy. So, yeah, like, so that's what kind of, because the first time I met the band, I talked to John and I talked to Matt. And then everybody else, it's just, I didn't know what to say. Because I had a hard time remembering Freddie and Troy's names. I'll be honest with you. Like, I was like, a
little overwhelmed.
I was getting to meet, like, I remember shaking John's hand and getting tears in my eyes. And John can come off as like kind of he comes off as kind of a dick sometimes. Not that he's meaning to.
He's very stoic.
Yes. Like he'll meet you and he's like, "How you doing?" You know. But I remember that night he was a little bit extra juiced up. I think with some whiskey.
Yeah.
And I remember like me shaking his hand and telling him how much he did for me in my life, how much his music helped me through times. And he saw the look in my eye, and I could see him getting teary-eyed.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Fuck yeah.
Because
connected with that dude.
Yeah. And then I got to talk to Matt, and well, it's funny because John then shook hands with my wife. And he's like, "How are you?" And she's like, I'm with my husband. He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Gotcha." like it's funny.
It's just like, oh, okay.
But then like we how they did, because you know how like when we did it when we did the thing, we went through and then we went around with another line for the pictures for the House of Blues. They were on the second floor, and so then we had to go all the way back around downstairs, all the way back around upstairs, line up for the picture.
Oh my god!
And somebody lost their flag. They dropped their flag down the stairs, but they didn't want to get out of line, so I gave them my extra flag because I'm a nice guy. And I should have taken their extra poster.
Retrospectively trying to bargain with yourself.
Well, because my other 2 posters from that era that were signed got scratched and eaten up by my cat.
Coincidentally named
Barlow. He goes, "That's not my signature."
You cocksuckers.
I need to sign this too. So I remember like, you know, getting, you know, the group was like standing there, and we're like, "Where do we stand?" He goes, "I stand right here," and then we're like, you know, doing the hey, and then John's like, "Come here," and he grabs Kate and he grabs me. But the ironic thing is that the dude took the picture at the wrong time.
Oh no!
So he's got his hand around Kate and he's doing this. He doesn't even have his hand all the way around me, and I haven't even realized what he's doing yet, because in the picture I'm like, you know, which, okay, that is still the best picture I've ever taken with Baxter's, because the other 2 pictures I fucking hate. The second picture in Columbus was me
Waiting forever in the pose.
and then I'm like, "Are you gonna take a picture?" And that's when he took the picture. With my eyebrows up, like, "Take a picture." And then with you, I'm like, "All right, let's do a pose and let's look mean." And it just looks like I'm trying to look mean. Looks like I'm like a. It looks like I'm like growling. But in Columbus, okay, yeah. So the Columbus show, it was pretty cool because we were they did the VIP at the beginning, like ours, but. The first time I did it, it was afterwards. So we were there first, and we got to go in and do the whole same spiel. Go around, get stuff signed, shake hands, blah, blah, blah. Say a few things. Circle all the way back around. Then you get your picture taken. And then they're like, "Well, let's put it back outside." They were going to make us go back outside.
Oh, fuck that.
And I don't know who intervened. Because they still had to do sound checks.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the band or management with the band, or was like, "Let's let them stay in here." So we got to stay in there while they did the sound checks.
That's fucking awesome.
And so we got to scope out where we wanted to be. You know, we actually got to go check out the merch table before anybody. Hint, hint, I got my Dante's Inferno CD.
Damn.
2011. And but like, so we were up on the balcony, and what's cool about being up on the balcony is that you pretty much see everything. It's always awesome being right up in the front, but I don't want to be anywhere near like in the middle. In the middle, you get caught up in the mosh, and
tall people.
And tall people, then you can't see. Or if you're in the back, then you're like, "I can't see shit."
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah. But being up there, it's like, you know, the band's playing, and they're playing their biggest fucking live song, you know, "Watching Over Me." And I just remember seeing John like play, you know, and he's like arching, he's like looking over, like actually like not just like looking at the crowd. Something caught his eye, He's looking, and I'm looking. So I try to look down because I'm like, where we are on the stage, where he would be looking is like right below me. And I see somebody on the floor.
Oh, shit.
And he throws his guitar down on the stage, doesn't hand it off to anybody, just drops it, and jumps off the stage, like in between the barricade, and runs out to this person.
Fuck.
And then there's an altercation with somebody else.
With John?
Like, John got in somebody's face.
Oh, shit.
And security was escorting this person out. We're like, what the? Everybody's like, what the hell? The band kept playing. The band never quit playing the song. John helps this person to the back, comes back on stage, puts his guitar back on, finishes the song, right? And we're like, what the fuck was that? And then the song ends. He's kind of saying something to the other guys. We're just like, what happened? And he gets on the mic. He goes, I understand this is a fucking rock show, but you do not fuck with my family. That was his sister.
Oh, shit.
Somebody pushed his sister and, like, knocked her down or whatever. And, like...
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would have been... no bueno. Oh, shit.
Well, because then we were like, holy shit, was that his... Because I remember seeing, like, what his sister looked like from the Alive in Athens bonus on the DVD. And I'm like, I think that was her. Because they were in Columbus, Ohio, and that was the closest place other than, I think, Chicago that they were playing. So, you know, they live in central Indiana, so they probably just hopped on over on the interstate and went over to see him.
Straight shot on 70.
And and then shortly after that, she came out to the side of the stage where they have, like, the mixing guy. And she was sitting there with John's daughter.
Awesome.
I'm like, family.
Totally.
Wow. Like, to see him, like, just
lose his shit, yeah.
He threw the Les Paul to the ground, like, did not care.
Yeah, no. In regards to a sibling like that, I wouldn't have cared either, honestly. Just fuck it. Ugh.
Adds character.
Haha, yeah, it does. It does add character. Totally.
Adds character. Man. Any other...
It's interesting. I don't think we even noted this, that when you and I saw Metallica at the same time together, that completely unmeaning to, we, like, coalesced in line together.
We went in separate entrances and we met up exactly...
It faded.
Because your entrance kind of, like, made you circle down some stairs, right?
No, here's the crazy thing, dude. We got there so early, we technically probably shouldn't have been able to stand where we stood because we fought with the people. Because they didn't open that door. They just told us to wrap around, so we did. So, like, where all the other doors were, we were coming in, but we just got told to wrap around this line. So they wrapped this line all the way around to those stairs and whatnot. But that's not where the line was. That should have just went out the door like everybody else. But because it was kind of cold... People were like, no, we're staying inside. I don't give a fuck. My dad's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm staying inside. He's like, I'm not getting cold. Fuck that.
Yeah, no. And then I ended up coming right in there, and we were standing right there and went through security together.
I didn't. Did you witness that happen to me?
No.
Oh, this is a story. Okay, this is good. So we go through the little fucking metal detectors, right?
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? Put all your shit in a basket. Put the basket in the thing. So I do that. I go through. They ding me. I'm like, oh, it's my fucking belt. I fucking take my belt off. Okay. I go through again. It dings me again. I'm like, what the fuck? I take my shoes off. It must be my fucking shoes. I don't know why, but it's Deadpool shoes. Whatever. Take those off. Beep again. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like freaking out. I'm like, they're not going to let me see this fucking concert. They're going to fucking kick me out. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And I go like this. And I feel my phone is still in my fucking pocket. I had taken it out of the basket, texted something to somebody. I don't know who the fuck I was texting. And instead of putting it back in the basket, I put it in my pocket and was just walking back and forth through the metal detector. Like, what the fuck is this thing going up? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I look like such a dumbass. I'm like, oh, here it is, folks. Put it on the basket, walk through, everything was cool, and then it was Metallica time.
Well, I remember, because right after that, like, I made a beeline
Merch.
for the merch table, which was a long ass line. I got right. First off, I saw how long the line was. I went and took a pee, and then got the merch table line.
To their credit, the merch table line at the Metallica show was pretty fast.
You know what? It actually was. They had a lot of guys working the merch table, and once you honestly, you were waiting in line on the back end longer than you were waiting.
Once you were near the front of the line.
Once you got up there, they got you in and out. But no, I got one shirt because that's all I could afford. Just like tonight, that's all I could afford.
Totally.
Because even at Slipknot, like the shirts are $40. But
That's insane to me.
Well, here's the thing. One, it sucks, and everyone's at every all three concerts, I heard people bitching about the prices of the T-shirts, and I get it.
Yeah.
Man, you know what? You just want to go buy a T-shirt. I get it. They're not making anything off their music.
Nope.
So they have to support themselves. Your ticket that you buy to go to see them, and then the merch that you buy is going to help support this band. And if you know what, I wasn't able to get a Slipknot shirt because I had to save up my monies to get a Demon shirt. I can get a Slipknot shirt any other time.
Totally.
I wanted something to commemorate going to see Demons and Wizards tonight, but Slipknot, I got to see Volbeat.
That's fucking awesome. I love that band.
They were really good.
Yeah. Did they do Still Counting?
They did.
Fuck yes. Did they do Cadillac Gangsters what is it? Guitar Gangsters and Cadillac Blood, I think is
I think
it was the title track off of that album that had Still Counting.
They might have. You know what? We have a special thing on the interwebs.
Setlist.fm.
Setlist.f.
While you're looking that up really quick, I do want to mention I've also seen Slipknot. I saw them in 2008 during the All Hope Is Gone tour. Or All Hope Is Lost.
All hope is gone.
Gone. It is gone. Yeah, I can't ever remember that for some reason.
You're more tired than I am?
A little bit, getting there. You're more tired than I am for sure, but
yeah, I've been up for over 24 hours now.
That's crazy to me. But anyways, I saw Slipknot with Paul and Joey when they were still in the band and alive. Well, Joey isn't dead, but Paul is dead. I said that very poorly.
They were still in the band and alive.
Yeah. But it was very special, like hearing the crowd light up during the Heretic Anthem, like just how impactful hearing a crowd full of people chant 666 was just like, whoa. That was the same show I saw Dragon Force and Mastodon. Okay, Lola Montez, awesome. They're doing a lot of newer songs. Wow, they did mostly new songs. I don't know a lot of those songs. It sucks, but they're good.
They have the Warriors Call. That's that. Let's get ready.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know the words, but it's like it's a dun 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 dun. See the pounds of
Yeah.
He's one of those dudes. Like I really like his vocal style, but it also kind of reminds me of Eddie Vedder. Eddie Vedder, like he just cracked. Like I watched the Jeremy video just the other day, and he does this. Like I can't even do it without laughing. he's like he's like kind of made a V with his mouth. He didn't even know. Daddy never spent time with a boy.
Oh, I don't like Pearl Jam. True story.
Oh, dude, you know what? I kind of dig them just because they're so just because of the laugh factor. But like a couple of their songs are pretty catchy.
Yeah, but they're also depressing music too.
Well, considering that Jeremy's about a kid that blew his brains out in this actual classroom, I would say so.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Jeremy spoke in class today.
Was that insensitive of me? That was the guy popping the wine because he won he earned all those platinum records for that song.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they definitely played a lot of new ones for that. Slipknot was really good. Corey sounded great. The band sounded really great.
Fuck yeah.
Their set list was really good.
I saw Tyler and I discussed it when
Yeah.
I helped him, and I was actually, because that was like the day after.
Yeah.
You guys saw it, and I was like absolutely amazed at the songs they played. They played some new stuff, they played some old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they closed with the worst encore of all time. Why do you end your set with Surfacing?
Well, because that's their, like, if you actually go and look at a lot of their shit, that's what they used to close with.
Dude, true story. When I saw Slipknot in 2008, they opened with Surfacing. It was their first fucking song. That's not a lie. It was Surfacing, People Equal Shit. So I'm really, really confused why they closed. It's not, you want to end your set on a high. You want to give a psychosocial or something that's like a anthem-y, powerful, leaves people fucking salivating. You don't want to close with. I think you guys left during the encore because it was boring. That's what Tyler said.
Well, I looked it up.
I
looked it up because he wanted to hear Wait and Bleed, and I looked up what they had been playing on set list. I normally don't do that at concerts, but I wanted to see.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you want to start heading, we can start heading because we were still gonna be able to hear it. Like, but
Totally.
Like when we left, they were just wrapping up. They were in the middle of the last song because they did 2 songs for the encore, I think. But I kind of did it with the idea of like maybe we'll get to like Beat the Traffic, and no, we didn't.
Still the same shit.
No. Okay, so one of the like best parts about going to that show, one of the opening acts had to have been people of Walmart. People watching was the most fun thing I've ever done there. There's so many people from different walks of life. There were people who are just way too hot that shouldn't exist, and there were people who are just like slap your mama ugly. Like,
Must slap your mama ugly. Oh my god.
oh man, like there was one dude. Oh no, I don't have the pictures on my other phone. Oh, I just got a new phone. There's this dude, he's wearing a Spider-Man jersey. And he had a bald spot, and he braided his hair around it, and it looked like he looked like a juggalo. There was this one girl. Big girls don't bother me. Not in the slightest. But I was coming up the hill, she was coming down, and oh Lord, she was coming. and she looked like she was still wearing the same goth outfit that she was wearing 15 years ago, because it was cut right at
the nipple.
Pretty much, you saw under boob and everything, and then this big, massive belly sticking out, and as white as can be. White as your...
they're goth. They don't tan.
No, I mean, yeah, you're right, but it's like I got scared.
That's called a moon tan, moon glow.
There was just all man.
What's the craziest shit you've ever seen at a concert? Would you surmise? Like genuinely, like either insane, like I can't believe I witnessed that, whether it was on stage or off stage, or like I fear for my safety in this moment.
I've never feared for my safety. Maybe other than getting squished at Symphony X, I thought which probably was just people moshing behind us, but we really got squished.
Oh yeah, you feel it, dude. It crushes your fucking shit.
Nothing really crazy like that's ever happened. Like, craziest thing I've ever seen was probably John's sister getting
totally
pushed or hit or whatever happened to her. Because I mean that directly affected somebody in the band. But Slipknot, for the most part, dude, it was tame, which is weird because it's a Slipknot show.
Yeah.
But I mean,
all of us have gotten older. We can't do it like we used to.
Yeah, but I mean, no, it was a really great show. Metallica was really great. They played a good set. Have you seen some of the stuff they've been playing over in Europe?
Dude, they played No Leaf Clover recently.
And they played Saint Anger.
With snare.
With snare, it sounds so much better.
Man.
All right, so they're doing S&M 2
soon
here in a few weeks.
And
they're
go to the theater to see it.
I know, and I don't think I'm going to be able to because I think when they're airing it is like in October.
Or late September.
And it might be too. I don't know how close that is. The kid being
timetable.
But like, I'm really anxious to see what that set list is, because what I would like them to do is play some of the same songs just as a remembrance. And
Some
then,
of their best ones from that
Yeah.
run. And then a whole slew of new shit from the more recent albums that never got touched.
Yeah.
Plus a couple covers.
That'd be cool.
Like, dude, Turn the Page with Symphony, with Metallica doing it, or Whiskey, you know? I think they just recently did Whiskey live, too.
Did they?
Yeah.
So, tonight,
Yeah.
I went by myself. I went by myself tonight. I get to the venue. I'm late because I took a wrong turn. And that wrong turn cost me 10 minutes because I had me circling all around. So I use this app called Spot Hero.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be able to, like, you reserve your parking space before you get there.
Yeah, and they have like these little parking spots like in random alleys and stuff like that. And so I did that. It cost me $7 compared to the $25 to park at the venue.
Damn.
Which I didn't do. And then I'm like, oh, I should have done that. Oh, wait, they're sold out. Never mind. Let me figure something else out. And I had to walk like less than a half mile. So I get in there, and there's a line, but I don't know what the line is for. And then I look over, and I'm like, oh, wait, there's a stage right there. It was hard to see because I'm like standing off to the side. It's like kind of dark. So I get out of line. I'm like, I'm going to go stand right over here. And then I'm looking around for merch. And then I see a sign that says merch upstairs. And I realized that line I was in was to go upstairs. Like, shit. I was in line for merch for an hour.
Whoa.
I missed most of the set of Tyr.
Okay, TYR.
TYR or Twie. I'm not sure how he pronounced it.
Okay, Twigs.
Twigs. I mean, their logo kind of looks like Twigs. But I mean, they're pretty good. I couldn't focus on them really. As I was standing in line, for most of their set, I was standing in a stairwell.
Stressing about, like, what the fuck? Why is it taking so long?
Well, there's only one guy working merch.
Oh, brutal.
So I get there and I finally get my shirt, and I can't even get the shirt that I want because they're all sold out of 2X. Bastard. And I have a choice: 1X or 3X.
No X.
No X. All right, how about that one? Yeah, I got that one. All right, give me that one. So I got my shirt, shoved it in my pocket because I didn't want to have it like over my shoulder. I'm trying to figure out where I want to stand, and I'm looking around. I can probably make my way to the middle of the crowd. Now, you know how you start in the back and you slowly just sort of like weasel your way in. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I'm going to be able to make my way all the way up front, and I wouldn't have been able to. People who were up there were not moving. And so I look up on the other side of the balcony. I'm like, I want to walk up there. Well, first off, I'm looking for the pisser. So I found it, and then I went upstairs to the other side of the balcony because the merch went upstairs to the side of the balcony, and then like there's a bar up there, and then there's an elevator too for accessible people. And then you walk all the way across. This venue was weird because you had like a big bar in the back, but you also had like seating area in the back too, like some. Like people could they had like little like not couches but like cushion seats back there, and you can kind of sit up and that way you kind of see. I saw some spots available when I walked by, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because I would have been stuck back there.
Yeah.
So I went over to the other side of the balcony. So there's stairs that go up that one. There's a bar up there too. Go figure. And there's like hardly there wasn't that many people up there. So I'm standing in this spot watching Tyr, and
bringing a tear to your eye.
No, I mean, they finished up, and the dude that was standing right on the railing, like he stood up and he looked at me, smacked the railing, and walked away. So I got right on the railing, right next to this beam, so I was able to lean up against it the whole time.
Oh, nice.
So then Lizzie Borden played. I don't know if you've ever heard of Lizzie Borden.
No.
Lizzie Borden's like they're a metal band, but they dabbled at glam and power metal. And the lead singer's name is Lizzie Borden. He's basically like a character. And he changes his outfits every song. And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to show you pictures.
Like I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to show you pictures.
All right.
He's got pictures from the show. Oh, wow. Dude, your phone takes nice pictures. Shit.
So he's wearing... He almost looks like...
Some sort of vampire witch.
Vampire witch, and then he changed outfits, and then look at his face.
Whoa.
His face is in the middle. He's got the 3 faces.
Is that a prosthetic or
Yes.
is it a mask?
It's like a mask prosthetic type thing. Because then he keeps changing outfits. What am I doing? So, like, there was something that reminded me of Kiss. I'm so glad you brought up Kiss first.
Sure.
He came out. He was wearing the big boots, the big stiletto boots.
Yeah.
Right. He's wearing those. His outfit was kind of shiny, but he kept putting the cloaks on and other stuff. Then he put on this big white thing, this like white cloak, and he had like a skull mask. And he lifted this skull mask up. And he had an axe, and he starts cutting his face with it.
Whoa.
It's a fake axe, but he starts vomitizing like Gene Simmons, blood all
sweet,
all down himself and making a mess. So then he's like, "Do you want blood? Do you want blood? Yeah." So then he proceeds to get down in front of the crowd, front of the balcony. He has a person there wearing a mask with a bucket, and he goes around smearing paint and like baptizing them in blood. And
damn,
stuff.
that's awesome.
It was kind of cool.
It's radical.
I mean, they weren't like. Here's the thing. I knew one song, and it was like a song that they had. It was a single from like an 07 album that they came out with. I actually played that song in the car when we were going up to see Iced Earth when we were speeding.
Weird.
Yeah, I actually do remember that was on that mix.
Huh.
So then, finally, Demons and Wizards take the stage, and seeing Slipknot, and Slipknot actually kind of packed the place. Slipknot crowd got pretty loud, just like you said, hearing all those people chant, if you're 555, then I'm 666. When you hearing a whole crowd saying, Devil and I,
That's awesome.
But it's so crazy how that big of a crowd, or like Metallica crowd, can be outdone by a smaller crowd that's more enthusiastic.
That's mind-blowing. But you got to think, Demons and Wizards is really specialty. Like, they're a band that isn't super mainstream, and even more than that, they don't tour a lot.
Never.
Hardly ever.
They've only ever played like select shows in 2000.
That's
like
crazy.
19 years ago. So, the first song they play, Heaven Denies.
Fucking awesome.
Okay. So, for the chorus, Hansi doesn't even sing the Deadlands Wasteland part. The
crowd does it. Fucking A.
And he just adds in the part at the end. And, oh man. The crowd was just on fire all night.
Well, you have to be for that kind of show. And the fact that, you guys were able to see. Look, if I wasn't, of course, when this drops, I'm going to be in Denver. So that's interesting. I won't be where I usually am when this episode is airing, by the way. Because of that, I could not go with you to this show, which broke my heart because it is a band that we both share a very strong love for. And I peeped their set, that they've been doing for this run, and it's a banger, man. You got to see some awesome shit, I'm sure.
Yep. Heaven Denies, Poor Man's Crusade. That was nuts hearing people sing that.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I mean, like, here's the thing. As you said, they've never really toured. This has always been something deemed, like, from perception, or at least from my perception, to be a little smaller, more personal.
Yeah.
And you hear a whole venue, like singing Poor Man's Crusade, singing Touched by the Crimson King, and then have the whole crowd going, ah, ah, ah,
Goosebumps.
And then they played Love's Tragedy Asunder after that. Fucking like that gave me goosebumps and got tears in my eyes.
For sure.
Then they played Burning Times from Iced Earth.
With Hansi singing?
Yes.
Holy shit.
And, okay, so the first few shows that I saw footage from them playing, Hansi sounded a little rough to me.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest with you. I thought he sounded a little rough. he was on fucking point. He nailed everything tonight. And obviously he's been playing it over in Europe, and he's been playing it.
Lots.
You know,
yeah.
he's had some shows here in the States, and it was just like he was on fucking point for everything. Then the next song was Blind Guardian, Welcome to Dying. Then they brought out. I'm actually going to show you some chairs.
Oh, wicked!
And played Wicked Witch.
Holy shit, acoustic style.
Mm-hmm. And what's funny, Hansi messed up the words.
Did he really?
In the very beginning. I'm actually gonna look him up because I'm freaking tired. Because I remember him messing it up, but I want to get it right. There you go. No.
New fucking screen.
I typed in Wicked Watch, like W-O.
Wicked Watch.
All right, you know. So the first verse: there is a demon, an evil mind inside us. Oh, I know. We all know the rules. When water will be shed, he flipped those. He said, "Oh, I know. When water will be shed." We all know the rules. he started laughing. John no-sold. I don't even know if he noticed.
That's funny as shit, man.
But, yeah, no, that was, hearing Wicked Witch was...
The veracity with which you're tapping that screen.
I'm going to be like my mom and break my phone. She cracked her screen in the car the day that she got it because it wouldn't respond.
Jesus.
So some shows they've been swapping out Wicked Witch and Beneath These Waves.
Oh,
I
no.
I got both of them.
Oh.
I got both.
Fuck.
And then it's funny because Hansi is so European. He's a little like, the way he speaks and everything's a little different. So like when he was introducing everybody, like John got a really big ovation. He goes, "Well, this really seemed to like you here." And he's like, and here's our friend. And because the guy playing bass, he's also in Blind Guardian, and everyone starts chanting Guardian. He goes, "Well, I wasn't going for that, but sure, I'll give him one." But so he was all like, "So earlier, we heard what the Crimson King had to say. So I think it's time we get in touch with the Gunslinger."
Nice.
So they played Gunslinger, and then they went right into Terror Train, and then they played I Died for You.
Holy shit.
And then they went right into Valhalla from Blind Guardian. Now, I'm not the biggest Blind Guardian nut. I know songs, certain songs,
Sure,
here and there. I remember Valhalla. I've heard it. I like it, but I'm also like that's not one that I'm not always jamming to Guardians all the time.
Sure,
but oh my god! So the whole crowd was singing this song, and then after the song was over, the crowd got louder. And what I mean by that is that the band had already stopped playing, and John had walked off stage to go change guitars. And so the chorus goes, "Valhalla, deliverance, why have you ever forgotten me?" And the crowd is singing that over and over again without... And Hansi's like...
I'm going to let you keep doing it.
Wow. He goes, I think that you might be on par with the best crowd we've had so far. He goes, and people were like, "Hey!" He goes, "I got you." Then they played Tear Down the Wall, Gallows Pole, My Last Sunrise, Leave. And everyone started chanting. I wanted to start a chant. Okay, so I've got a rant.
Bring it on.
Right next to me, I was on the rail. The two people right next to me.
Not the pole.
Not the pole. Dude and dude. I've never been to a show, especially like this with a raucous crowd like this, where people are fucking putting their fucking fists in the air, horns, singing every line.
Giving it their all.
These guys didn't react to anything.
Really?
I saw a dude do a golf clap.
What the fuck?
It bugged me.
Why were they there?
I don't know. It bugged me. I'm over there like they gave me like some side eye looks like, wow, you're being loud. Like,
fuck you, dude.
Dude, you are not gonna side eye me while singing Crimson King, you son of a bitch.
Jesus.
So then they come back on the encore, and he's like, I think we did forget a few songs. And he goes, maybe one, maybe two. Okay, two. So then they did Blood on My Hands, and then Fiddler on the Green was the last one. Oh, man. It was cool. It was really cool. I don't regret a single moment of it because it would be made even better if they would have been like, hey, guys, here's a new one. You know?
Bust out something that's not official yet.
Well, because the new album isn't going to be out until possibly January. So it's like, that would have been neat. But quite literally, this was like a tour that they should have had back in 2005 that they never did. Where you have songs from the first album, the second album. They're doing 2 Iced Earth covers, 2 Blind Guardian covers. Just, you have John and Jake from Iced Earth,
Hansi and bass player dude from Blind Guardian.
And I think the drummer might be from Blind Guardian too,
Sweet.
but I don't know for sure. I'm not up to. I know that the bass player. I think he's a guitar player for Blind Guardian. To be honest with you, it's funny because at one point, after the first Blind Guardian song, the people in the crowd were yelling for Bard's song.
Fuck yeah! No, we're not. We're not Blind Guardian. Sorry, not tonight.
But
it's not happening.
I wanted to start chanting when they left the stage, like, "You're not done yet."
Oh,
you're not done yet.
That's funny.
That would have been funny. I feel like they would have got a kick out of that. But me being on the balcony, there's another advantage being on the balcony. I didn't see anything crazy. There were a lot of pits.
Yeah,
there was like 7 pits during their set.
Damn.
There was a pit during Valhalla.
People getting it.
They were, but there's a bonus.
Oh,
you get quite the bird's eye view.
Oh,
of some cleavage.
Oh yeah.
Tell you what, if the girls have got them girls out on display,
enjoy them girls.
You got the best seat in the house. That's what I'm saying.
Doing some tit nibbling in the pub.
Oh my gosh. I remember Blaine telling me we went and saw Sabbath, and the only crazy thing that happened during Sabbath is that the dude that sat right next to me is a guy that I used to work with like 7 years before that. We were like, hey!
Weird, yeah.
But like Blaine had to sit in the lawn, and he watched some girl give her guy head out on the lawn.
Brutal. I watched a video of that, actually. I mean, not like a video of it. That sounds like porn, but... Shit. No, I watched a video on Facebook. Somebody posted that there was like some concert, and they like panned over, and this guy was just like naked, and this girl was just sucking that dick. I was like, what? Like, who is that brazen to just be like, just go ahead, do it, it's fine. We're here in public. Doesn't matter. It does matter. There are people watching you. What the fuck?
So Sabbath, there were people of all ages. There were kids, young kids.
Ooh.
Now, granted, it's rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Jericho. I think Chris Jericho kind of complained about it. He took his son, and then Black Sabbath played the song like "Woman" or something. I can't remember the name.
Okay.
And up on the screen they had tits.
Oh yeah. From that, was that Black Sabbath 4, I think.
Mm-hmm. And he was like, "You didn't have to do that. Like, there are kids here." I don't know. Like Jericho kind of he went all dad mode on him.
Ooh.
He was like, "Hey." He's like, "Look, dude, I get it. It's rock and roll, but."
Dad is Jericho.
Yeah. He's like, "I get it," but it's like, he's there with his kid. He's kind of being a dad, and he's like, "There's a lot of kids here." You know, that's what was cool about seeing Metallica, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath. Seeing the
cross-generational.
Yes, like there's literally like for Sabbath there were like really old people and like their kids and then their kids.
And their kids.
Probably.
Man,
have a family reunion at Black Sabbath concert.
I saw Sabbath I think that same time, like 2013, something like that. That was during their final tour.
Well, it was the next to last, I think, because
the
13 was the 13 tour. They played 2 songs from the 13 album, and then when they did the farewell tour, they didn't play any songs from that album.
Shit,
like bullshit. Come on, man.
It was a good album too. I liked it.
It was.
I thought it was all right. I also saw Motley Crue on their farewell tour.
On their farewell?
Farewell tour.
On their farewell.
Their farewell. Their farewell tour. It was interesting until Tommy Lee did a 7.5-minute drum solo to Skrillex. That really happened. Like, they were playing dubstep and he was drumming over it while he was going upside down and stuff, and it was like, I mean, it could have been done better, but it was definitely that. You've seen the viral video of Vince Neil singing. Knock it up, 103. Wow. You've seen that, right?
No.
You have not seen that?
I have not
Oh, my God. I'm playing that for you. I don't care if we get copyright infringed. It doesn't matter. This is the funniest shit. They have it like interpreted what he's saying.
Oh,
and it's fucking gold.
I just want you to do it again.
Wow.
103.
Oh yeah, it's funny as shit. Where is it? Oh yeah, here it is. I think. Nope, that's Kimmel. Get down here. I don't want Jimmy Kimmel. Fucking find it.
Gimme Jimmel.
Here it is.
Way to gas.
That outer space line kills me. Oh, the first time I saw that, dude, I fell out. That shit got me. Nightmare Chubby Bear 103. Good night. Good night. Good Nightmare Chubby Bear 103 be the episode.
Oh, are you ready to gas? You really nap? Whoa! Yeah! Kick some high! Baby!
Fuck. He kills me, man. That kills me.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was on their last tour. They don't sound very good.
Oh.
Musically, they sound good as ever, but vocally, he's not there anymore, obviously.
Well, I mean, that was gibberish.
It was straight up gibberish, bro.
I wonder what girls sounds like. or as far as gibberish go, can you imagine Dr. Feelgood? Like him.
Jimmy come good. Jimmy come big with your all right. It's gonna be a freaking time. I don't know about that, but
Home on the way.
oh my god, that would be. Those things where people make, like I showed you a long time ago, the Benny Lava video.
Yeah.
Like people taking and hearing or writing what they hear instead of what's actually being said sometimes can just create such hilarious
French fry burst upon my spleen.
Fucking give me a few, give me five, give me damn it. Oh man. I feel like we could do a whole nother episode on concerts.
I mean, yeah.
There's like several on the table, but there's not enough time in our morning.
No. I mentioned I saw Slipknot, so I saw Slipknot and Volbeat because I was actually going through my list. I saw Iced Earth a couple different times. I saw Sons of Liberty. That was John's other project. Alice Cooper. I got to see Alice Cooper opening up for Maiden.
I saw Alice Cooper open up for Sabbath.
That's cool.
Yeah.
See, Sabbath for me, it was Andrew WK,
Mm-hmm.
but he was just doing DJ shit.
See, ours was Andrew WK, but also Cooper. Or maybe I saw Alice Cooper open for fucking Crew. It might have been Motley Crue, honestly. But it was fucking awesome. Alice Cooper's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely wanted to just say that. Also, Iron Maiden.
Haven't seen Maiden.
They just played last week, and a lot of people, there was tons of Iron Maiden shirts up here at this show. A lot of people went and saw Maiden recently. I saw them, and I don't regret it one single iota. They are pound for pound, probably right up there with Metallica as being the best band I've ever seen live.
God damn. They're on my list. They're definitely on my list, and time is running out.
It is, and you need to, like, next time they come around, you need to, like, I'm going. Like,
Doing it.
Like, that needs to be a priority because they're not going to be around forever.
You're absolutely right, man. I can't wait to tell my next concert story because it hasn't happened yet, but it's about to happen in the timeline.
Is there any band that you haven't seen, before we go, that maybe you're not the biggest fan of them, per se, but if you had a chance to see them, because either they're old, they're getting ready to, like, you know, not be around anymore, or like they don't get around very much, or just any, is there any band that's on that list of, like, you know what, I think I would go out of my way at least once to see him live, just to see it.
At this point, oh man, that's really hard to say. I mean, most of the bands I want to see, or I've wanted to see, I have. There's only a couple bucket list bands, so like those aren't on the table. Obviously, thinking about like a band that's like, oh, okay, I would enjoy seeing them, but it wouldn't be like the Who. If they're still touring at all,
yeah,
in any capacity would be cool. Before he died, I really would have fucking loved to see Tom Petty, man. It bums me the fuck out that I never got to see that dude play. Fleetwood Mac, if they ever toured again, would be, I would probably go on my way to see them.
So it's funny because I kind of thought of this at the Slipknot concert. Tyler had a bet with his work buddy how many times they were going to hear AC/DC.
Okay.
Because Slipknot's song before they hit the stage was For Those About to Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I'm like, if Brian Johnson ever toured again with them, I think I would see them.
Okay.
Not to say that, you know, I actually thought what I've heard of Axl with them was really good. Like, I was shocked.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't axling it up. He was
being respectful.
He was there, and they were doing older stuff that they hadn't done in years. Yeah, he was like, dude, I really like this album, this stuff, and they're like, oh, okay, let's try that. You know, it's like, so like he was bringing some old Bon Scott stuff back out, but like he on a tone kind of sounds kind of a Brian Johnson level, so he didn't sound too far off.
Nice.
And he even like borrowed Dave Grohl's Throne. Because he got hurt and he still kept going.
I remember that.
And like he was like, they have nothing but praise, because AC/DC is his favorite band. And he got to sing for his favorite band.
That's fucking so radical.
So like, as much shit as I've ever talked about Axl Rose being a dick, it's like he's a fan. And it's like, you know what? And I've heard rumor that they're reuniting with Brian and doing a new album. And it's like, you know the thing, AC/DC kind of all sounds the same. You know, after Back in Black, you tell me what album this is off of. You're not going to get it right. You know,
No.
You know, I love the early Bon Scott shit. It's really cool and bluesy. It's different. And then it definitely gets into a formula. But just, like, I'm thinking, like, I got to see Black Sabbath. Like, AC/DC, they gonna die.
True.
One
of them just died not too long ago.
Malcolm, Malcolm did. Unfortunately, he did pass. But if Brian comes back and they announce a tour, I might actually try and go because I'm thinking about what that set would be like. It's gonna be like nothing but songs you know.
Yeah, because they're going to just want to give everybody the most for their money.
Well, yeah, and then if they have a new album, they might play like the single from that one, and then it's going to be hit, and they're just going to like, wow, these are all the songs we hear when other bands are setting up, But it's like, it's funny because the song that at Demons and Wizards, when they were like all done playing, Hell's Bells started playing. And I'm like, it is a go-to.
Check.
It is a go-to because there's literally almost nobody there that's gonna be like. They're just when I think about hard rock and heavy metal, like they're up there. Even though maybe they got Nickelback, maybe they were the first Nickelback.
Ooh, the original Nickelback.
Where they just got into a formula and they made the same songs, they made the same style. I mean, it works for them. As Slayer did the same thing. It kind of got into that same deal. But there's still good songs out there, for sure. As I said, For Those About to Rock, it's a great fucking song.
Thunderstruck, man. Come
Thunderstruck. Do you remember Hail Caesar?
Yes.
I think that's on Ballbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a hit, but man, that's a good song.
Rocks.
But it's just like, I think I would actually want to go see him just once.
You remember that one time people think that Balls to the Walls is AC/DC, but it's Accept?
Accept, yeah.
Yeah.
And man, do they sound different with their guy. Because they got a different lead singer.
Oh.
They sound heavier and meaner.
I'll have to check that shit out.
I remember I got like one of their albums, like, it was just one of those things where I was going through a phase where I went to FYE. I'm like, I'm buying this one and this one and this one, and I bought like 5 albums. Bought a band called like White Wizard. I bought Accept. I bought that Anthrax record, Worship Music.
Oh, shit.
That's a good record. But it was just like a bunch of stuff. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm gonna like this.
Back when you could gamble with music and it was fun.
I mean, this was just like probably like 2011.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, damn, it's been a long time ago.
Fuck, man. Brando, I feel. Is it time to wrap this thing up?
I think it's time to wrap it.
Well, I'm just gonna volley it to you here.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to this episode. Was it episode 5?
Yeah, it's fine.
What's the name of the episode?
Oh shit,
you had it.
It was really fucking good. Nightmare Putty Cat 103. Nightmare Chubby Bear 103.
Yeah, this has been Nightmare Chubby Bear 103, episode 5 of the OGs. We shared some concert stories. We are slap happy. We are tired as fuck. I have been up for 25 hours.
You're a gangster for doing this.
You can check us out here every other week on the Journey to Comics Network for a good amount of time. We got
a few more weeks.
For a few more weeks. We hope you've enjoyed this little journey that we've been on, and look forward to probably kicking it back up next year, and we'll figure out what's going on with that.
I can't wait, man. And again, make sure if you haven't yet listened, go back earlier in the week, check out Journey into Comics 259.
That was kind of the first part of this mess.
Yeah, it was great though. I loved it.
But less traffic.
They all got snapped away, man. That makes it easier. It's just science. Half the roads, half the cops.
Just vehicles littered all around the.
You know what? Insurance claims for deer probably went down too substantially because half of all life. That means half of all deer.
Yeah.
Shit.
But then also half the amount of insurance adjusters to help file the
Oh
claim.
shit! Yeah, that's a problem.
So pretty much broke
Takes twice as long.
Pretty much broke even on that one.
Well, I hit this one singular deer 10 years ago. They still haven't fixed it because we can't get an insurance adjuster out here. Oh, fuck. All right, folks. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week's episode of the OGs.
You do.
I've been one half of your OGs, Nate.
I've been the other half, Brando.
We'll see you guys later. Have a good one.